you have a family, mention them. So how do you I have a daughter as well. I have a 9-year-old daughter and my wife, of course. And so writing with kids can be very difficult. So how do you kind of balance a lot of that being disciplined in doing it? How do you get your family on board? All those kinds of things.
Yeah, that's funny. I have a 9-year-old and a 12-year-old. So, like, similar stage. They're super fun. And actually, the really fun part about that age is they're pretty interested.
Hmm.
Um, so I actually wrote a novella for my daughter, and that was part of a anthology, a fall fantasy anthology. And she loved it. She cried. Like, she's like, this character's just like me. So, like, she's super into it. It was supposed to be a novella for my son. It's turned into a novel. And he's kind of frustrated because that means it takes more time before I fully finish it.
Hmm.
But yeah, he loves his story. He got to talk through it with me of like, oh, what should they do next, buddy? And that was pretty fun. And for Umbra, it's adult. They can't read it, but they have copies of every proofread or every proof copy that I've ever gotten. They're always so excited. I open the box and hand them their copy, and they're so funny. They're like, "You're the best writer ever." I'm like, "You've never read it, but like,
That's
I'm
really
glad
sweet
that
of
you
you,
love
but
it." Yeah.
yeah.
So just always, I mean, as far as, them being on board, it's that of like they're involved in the process, and that makes it really exciting for them. In
Hmm.
regards to time, I try to just take time where I can get it. And I'm not super strict about when that is. So if it's in the morning, like everybody slept in and I'm awake, it's quiet, I can write, great. If it's like lunchtime is the moment when nobody needs me, then it's lunch. Like, I just look for an opportunity most days where I can get a little time when nobody needs me and write. Sometimes it's while they're at swim practice on the bleachers. You just have to be flexible, I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah, I keep my stuff like I've written in quite a few things, but currently I'm using Scrivener, and they have like the computer, iPad, and a phone version. So I
Oh, is there a
definitely
phone
do.
version?
There is a
I,
phone version, and
I need to get it.
yeah, I've absolutely like sat at swim lessons or something like that and just like typed on my, which is hilarious, but
Yep. I didn't know that. I always just open a Google Doc if I have to do it on the phone, and then I have to transfer it over to Scrivener when I get home. So I have
yeah,
to look at that.
it definitely doesn't have some of the like the one thing with the iPad and the phone versions is it's tough to like organize. Like you can't really like on the computer you can kind of just drag documents around and move it,
Yeah.
but if you're just like I'm standing in line at you know the mall for food and you can like type down an idea or something. So
Yeah.
makes it kind of nice. Yeah, I think it's interesting with kids of like it really does fragment your time. Like when because you always hear the advice of like write every day, find a time that you can sit down and do it and stick to that and all that. But I'm like, once you do have kids, it kind of just like whenever you can
Yeah.
works the best.
And I think if that works for you, right? Like some people are really good with really strict schedules, but I've tried that. I've tried being super organized with my time. It like stresses me out and it doesn't
Hmm.
help. And so it's more for me, it's about these are the key things I have to hit today. Do them when you can.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like organized chaos. And that works
Mm.
pretty well for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty similar. I do work from home a lot, but I definitely find myself like some days I wake up really early and I work. Some days, and even for writing, it's like, or I'll write at night, or I'll write for lunch, or like, yeah, just whatever,
Yeah.
however the day flows based on what I've got to get done.
That's me too. I don't know. It
Yeah.
works.